like clock. I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
The Otsutsuki King has been a topic for probably over a year now, and I haven't really talked about it mainly because there was just not a lot of information about the Otsutsuki King, and of course, still not a lot of information about the Otsutsuki King, but some people actually did want me to talk about it, so hey, I'll give my opinions, give my reactions, and some of my predictions about what could possibly come about with this Otsutsuki King. Now, one of the first things that I do want to point out, this is possible mainly because the Otsutsuki clan seems to be extremely structured. The Otsutsuki clan, from what we know, all of them have like the same goal exactly, to get as much chakra as they can. They also follow a couple of rules. Just to point out, the two rules that we do know specifically is one, you can't really kill an other Otsutsuki member. Well, certain Otsutsuki members are not necessarily authorized to kill other Otsutsuki members. For example, when Urashiki did confront Toneri, he pretty much told Toneri like, hey, I can't really kill another Otsutsuki member, and because of that, Urashiki then sealed Toneri. And not only that, when Urashiki had his own arc, Urashiki was extremely annoyed with Boruto mainly because he was not allowed to kill Boruto. As you guys know, Boruto has the karma seal, which pretty much means that he's an Otsutsuki member at this point. Boruto was quite literally in the possession of Momoshiki Otsutsuki, so Urashiki was not necessarily able to kill him either. I'm pretty sure they do this so that they could pretty much maintain the battle strength of the Otsutsuki clan. So for example, if Otsutsuki members out of nowhere start killing each other, their battle strength, if they were to fight another race, possibly the human race, their battle strength will then be a lot smaller than their actual potential and how strong they could have possibly been. So of course, that's a very good rule as well. One of the things that really got me thinking personally that, hey, there's a very good possibility that there is an actual Otsutsuki King out there is the fact that there's like hierarchies in the Otsutsuki clan. For example, Momoshiki always seemed to be held at a higher esteem, like Urashiki called the Momoshiki sensei, something like that, and he was kind of joking around, but you pretty much understood that Momoshiki was not necessarily at the lowly level of like an Urashiki or even like a Kinshiki, which is absolutely insane because Momoshiki is Kinshiki's son. And similar to how Urashiki is quote unquote not necessarily authorized to kill an Otsutsuki member, there's probably other Otsutsuki members that's above his rank that are actually authorized to kill other Otsutsuki members if they deem it fit. Now, the episode that we did see Urashiki, Momoshiki, and Kinshiki all together, we did see a statue, and a lot of people were off the rip thought that that was going to be the Otsutsuki King. Now, that's definitely possible. And one thing that I do have to say about the Otsutsuki King possibly being a statue, whenever we see a statue, we possibly think that the person is old, he's past his prime, he's possibly even dead, and we all understand that's probably not going to be the case with the Otsutsuki King, mainly because Otsutsuki members in general, they don't die. So he's probably still out there, he's probably still thugging, he's probably still in his prime, stronger than ever, especially now mainly because Otsutsuki members, they get better over time, similar to wine, because they are always on the hunt for more chakra. But in contrary to that, if there is in fact an Otsutsuki King and that statue is actually the king, he could still possibly be dead. Now, another thing that I did hear about the Otsutsuki King is that Ishiki Otsutsuki can possibly be the Otsutsuki King. I strongly doubt this. Now, it's a couple of reasons why people think that Ishiki Otsutsuki is the Otsutsuki King. I think that one of the main reasons is, of course, because Ishiki Otsutsuki is just that strong. He's insanely strong, the strongest member of the Otsutsuki clan that we have seen thus far. But I personally just think that speaks to the overall range of the Otsutsuki clan, and we quite literally have no idea whatsoever about how strong an Otsutsuki member can actually get. Now, another reason why I feel like a lot of people do think that Ishiki Otsutsuki could possibly be the Otsutsuki King is because he was teammates with Kage, and Kage was pretty much known as like the quote-unquote princess. Now, I do want to point this out. It's very difficult with the namings and classifications of Kage based on Naruto Shippuden mainly because Naruto Shippuden, everybody was a descendant of Kage. Like, everybody's seen Kage as like the greater power. In terms of now, when we talk about other Otsutsuki members, they pretty much look at Kage as like an equal. Like, Momoshiki was talking about Kage like she was absolutely nothing. And because of that, I don't necessarily think that the princess word holds a lot of weight with Kage. But even if, hypothetically, if she was a princess, that right there does not necessarily make Ishiki Otsutsuki the king. If anything, it would probably make him the prince. But either way, I highly doubt that he's the king or the prince. Now, I have heard a lot of people saying that we're probably going to eventually fight the Otsutsuki King, and he's probably going to be like the final villain. I want everybody to pump their brakes. It's going to be a very slim chance that we're probably going to ever come close to the Otsutsuki King in terms of flat out power. And Ishiki Otsutsuki at max, in my opinion, will probably be like the prince. Ishiki Otsutsuki in a foreign body, in Jigen's body, a regular monk's body, no Byakugans, no Renegans, being completely withheld with the limitations of a human body, washed Naruto and Sasuke. I strongly doubt Naruto and Sasuke are going to be able to take on an Otsutsuki King. It's just not going to happen. Now, I do want to have a caveat here, mainly because we are talking about Boruto. Pretty much anything is possible within the anime of Boruto, but if it is the actual case and we do actually see the Otsutsuki King, I strongly doubt it's going to end up well for us, and that would probably mean that Kawaki is probably on our side, and Boruto and Kawaki has taken the next step. And not only that, the scientific ninjutsus will have to make a very, very mainstream leap. For example, Shikamaru would have to be altered by scientific ninjutsu. We have to have multiple other characters, Sai, Konohamaru, Kakashi, possibly all the other Kages out there, and the shinobi race in general would have to take another leap. But just from my speculation, I think that an Otsutsuki King would just be way, way, way too strong for us. The two of the strongest characters that we do know right now in the shinobi world is Naruto and Sasuke, and each of them would have to sweat to beat a character like Kinshiki, which is probably like a lowly Otsutsuki member in the grand scheme of things. Let's just pump our brakes. But I do want to point out, I like where everybody's head is going, man, because we understand that we're pretty much just scratching the surface of the Otsutsuki clan. There's possibly hundreds or possibly even thousands of other Otsutsuki members out there, and there's definitely tiers to this. We understand that there's levels to this. There's a Tonei level, there's the Kinshiki level, there's the Final Form Momoshiki level, and then there's the Ishiki level. So we're getting higher and higher in the tiers of the Otsutsuki clan, and if there is a tier past Ishiki Otsutsuki, Lord help us, man. It's going to be a very, very difficult scene. I don't even know if we could actually beat Ishiki Otsutsuki in his full form if he does actually get reborn into the body of Kawaki. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, and give me some of your opinions about the Otsutsuki King. Do you think that the Otsutsuki King could possibly still be alive, and do you think that we'll end up facing him at the end of Boruto? And would we have a chance against an Otsutsuki King? Let me know what you guys think. It's been your boy Barry B, and we out.
It's a knife.